What's up, traders and future traders? Welcome back to the channel. My name's Alex Winkler, and in today's video we're going to be talking about the ever so popular Robinhood platform fee structure. So what are the real fees? We're going to be comparing that with the new exchange that seems to be taking over the internet by storm. And I think a big reason to that is their big referral program, which is offering 2 free stocks instead of 1 free stock like Robinhood. And then as a benchmark, we're going to be comparing both of those two fee structures, so the real fees, to TD Ameritrade, which is my go-to exchange for day trading and really all of my trading and investing. To me, it's more of your legacy platform. They have Thinkorswim, which is the trading platform, and it is just mind-blowingly good. And what was it, just last week when TD Ameritrade also went totally commission free. So now you have the legacy platform completely free. So to me, TD Ameritrade is still my go-to, but I think the other applications are really interesting. Especially, I have come to appreciate what Robinhood has done. Now that my fees have also been lowered because of basically what Robinhood has started. Now in this video, I'm not going to talk too much about the platforms themselves. However, if you're not aware, here's a quick little recap. Let's quickly start with a quick overview of each exchange using AT&T as a stock on the inside so we can compare some of the interfaces. So here is Robinhood, pretty straightforward sign up page. They really highlight the fact that they are the pioneers of commission-free trading, which I entirely agree with. This was a pretty big game changer about 2013, I think it was, or 2014. When I was still living in New York City, I remember Robinhood really came in strong with their commission-free trading. Their backend, again, is also very straightforward. It's made for the user who's really looking just to invest, I would say, very easily, not really do too much. You do have the option up here to change your order types, but the most popular ones you guys will probably be using is market order, which basically means I just want to buy for whatever price the market is currently offering AT&T at. You have limit order where you can set your own price, and your order will only get executed or filled when the price reaches your order, if that's a buy order or a sell order. These are the two most common things that you will be using. You also have a little bit of information about the company and some news. Webull also has a very simple, I would say, millennial geared kind of homepage, and their interface is a bit more technical. It reminds me a little bit of TradingView, if you guys have used that. Anyway, you have a bit more statistics over here, and you can play with the chart a little bit. You can have drawings. It's a candle chart, which to me, in my opinion, is a much nicer chart. You can actually get some valuable information out of it. So it seems like this platform is geared towards somebody with a bit more interest in actual trading and technical analysis. Then you have TD Ameritrade, which is really your legacy platform. And you can see that there's just so much information on this site that they want to include, and they are trying to clean it all up, and they did a pretty good job. Their backend is way more technical, and this is an example of how I have my investor overview chart set up. Here's an example of AT&T. We are on the weekly chart right now, and you could zoom in on the daily if you wanted to. There's just a bunch of stuff you can have and customize on this chart. You have your I have my volume down here, an RSI indicator, and then I have my day trading set up here where I have the level 2, and you can see the price history. Now the market's closed right now, so nothing's moving. I also have a bunch more information down here on the company that I can look up. I have, again, the order book right here, which is really nice, a different view of the order book from here. I also have my studies on here, such as the VWAP, and I have my trend lines that I drew on the other chart transferred over here as well. I have my watch list. This is very customized. It's very legacy. It's been the same for, the first time I saw it was, I think, back in 2011, and I can't really tell you what's changed on it. I'm sure much has changed in the back end, but the front end has stayed very consistent. It's really everything that you need, and a lot of traders use this platform. Off the back, it seems like Robinhood is that very straightforward platform. Then you move to Webull, which is a little bit of both worlds, from a very simple interface to also adding some more complex features. And then you have TD Ameritrade, which is the full legacy kind of platform. You can find everything there. All right, now let's dive into the good stuff, the fees. Back on the homepage of Robinhood, you can go down here and see, take a break from commission-free trades. Now, they have this commission disclosure, and if you go ahead and click on it, you'll end up on this page. You can see front and center, or I guess you could say at the top left, stocks, options, and ETFs. They instantly talk about their commission-free trading. This is $0 commissions. And one thing that I really liked about this is the fact that they also offer zero commission trading for OTC securities. Now, if you are a day trader, you've probably traded OTC. Basically, it means over the counter. It's stocks that typically have been delisted or were not able to make the listing requirements for the larger exchanges such as a NASDAQ or the New York Stock Exchange, so they are trading on OTC exchanges. I think it's really cool that Robinhood offers zero commission trading on those as well, because TD Ameritrade, although they offer $0 commission trading, it's only on some of the larger exchanges. So if I trade OTC, I'm still paying I think it's $3.95 per trade, per entry and per exit. And I have a Roth IRA account where I think it's still $7.95. I need to call and complain a little bit more to get that fee lowered. But that was the original fee I used to pay per entry and per exit before TD Ameritrade went zero commission trading as well. And if you go to TD Ameritrade's pricing page and you just scroll down here, you can see, they really advertise hard on all these $0 commission trading. But if you scroll down a little bit further and read a little bit of the finer print, you can see that there is still a fee, a $6.95 commission applied to all online trades of OTC stocks. Now you can get this fee lowered on my margin account. It's only $3.95. But just know that there is a fee for these trades as well. Just keep in mind there's hidden fees everywhere, and in this video we're going to keep uncovering them. Okay, so let's throw some Webull into the mix. Let's go ahead and click on their pricing. They also boast about their $0 trading commission, and this is something I found directly on the Webull website when I was trying to figure out how much OTC stocks cost on Webull. And right now, Webull doesn't even offer OTC stocks. I found them on the charts. I was able to chart them, but it seems like you're not able to trade them. So it's just not even an option. Therefore, I suppose you can say that Webull offers totally zero commission trading. However, the stock you are looking for might not be listed on their platform. Overall, there's really no catches here. There's no really hidden fees, and I'm quite surprised. Now, the Robinhood Gold, if you go down here, you can learn a bit more about it. This includes in-depth research reports from Morningstar on 1,700 stocks. I don't know about, Morningstar, it's not really my cup of tea. I don't really know any traders that use Morningstar. Maybe some investors occasionally look at it, but I think this is more of an upsell. Bigger instant deposits, that's always nice. I'm surprised you need gold. So you would think that's something that would be included or always encouraged, I guess you can say. This is what I think is sometimes very important. You get access to level 2 market data. I think that's really nice because you could see where people are trying to buy and sell. You get that level 2 that I was talking about with TD Ameritrade. Now with TD Ameritrade, this comes free with your TD Ameritrade account, which is also free. So that's really something to consider there. Here you would have to be paying $5 for something that comes, I guess, out of the box with TD Ameritrade. And honestly, if you're not day trading, you really don't need level 2. If you're just blindly investing into the market, which I think is best for most people, unless day trading is some sort of actual job for you or some sort of real income stream, then I don't think you need level 2. You place limit orders or even just a market order, and I think that is plenty enough. So I think having a gold account for most people using Robinhood is not necessary. I think the biggest sell towards having a gold account is really the ability to have margin. I gotta quickly say, a little side note, that looking at this Robinhood fee schedule PDF feels so good after spending some time in Germany, because in Germany, fee structures and documentation is so complicated. For example, I got a gym membership and I got just pages of documentation and like little fees, and like if I want to cancel, I need to send written letters, and everything is just so complicated. This is just the easiest PDF fee schedule structure I have ever looked at in my entire life. So kudos to you, Robinhood, for making life so simple. So any normal client with TD Ameritrade basically get access to all these things that Robinhood is trying to charge you $5 a month for free. And from what I've found so far on Webull, there are no additional fees for getting access to something like margin, like on Robinhood. And I suppose that's why their initial fee structure on the interest rate on your margin is a little bit higher, just like TD Ameritrade. It seems like Webull and TD Ameritrade both give you more out of the box, but charge more or a little bit more for when you actually use certain things. While Robinhood gives you less out of the box and then tries to pitch you their gold membership, which will then unlock full market data and margin. It's really up to you to decide on which is the best setup for you and what you are most interested in. The 5% margin on anything over $1,000 is actually pretty good. If you go over here to TD Ameritrade, you can see that their rates are quite expensive here. And this chart looks a little confusing and actually confused me at first. For a second, I was like, wait, effective rate? What is that? Are we talking about interest rates all of a sudden? And then I realized, okay, there's a base rate of 9%. So the 9% is basically Robinhood's 5%, right? Now, if you take 9% plus 1.25%, you get the effective rate and so on. So based on how much you are borrowing and your general account size, you are going to be charged a different percentage fee. So in this regard, Robinhood wins with margin fees. And again, Webull looks to be somewhere in the middle ground between Robinhood and TD Ameritrade. Again, Robinhood, their margin interest rate was 5%. Webull is around here at 6.99. They're starting. And again, TD Ameritrade was definitely on the upper end of that, starting at 10.25%, which is really surprisingly high. But so if you scale your position size, you can see how your margin rate would go down, and it actually goes down to 3.99% if you're doing over $3 million in margin trading. Leave a comment below if you're doing over $3 million of margin trading on Webull, or really just in general. One really important thing to mention about Robinhood right off the bat is that they do not offer short selling directly, or as traders say, short selling the spot price, which is basically straight up borrowing shares and then selling them into the market. They do offer options trading, so you can buy puts and short the market or the stock based on options, but that's beyond the scope of this video. I actually have a video that I released earlier this week about shorting stocks, and I used Apple as an example. I don't know where it's going to appear, somewhere here. Definitely go ahead and check that out. I've got some pretty cool feedback on it already. Since there is no shorting with Robinhood, and typically margin is also used for shorting or is required for shorting, you might think, what is the margin for? And that is for using leverage. One little thing to clarify is that Robinhood calls leverage buying power. So when we go to their website, you're going to see exactly what I'm talking about. Here's a little example of how margin would work. Let's say you have $3,000 deposited in your cash account, which is just your normal Robinhood account. Then you go ahead and buy $2,800 in stocks, and you have $200 left over in cash. So let's say you spend that $5 a month to upgrade to gold pricing to get that leverage. Now you have, at least in a Robinhood example, you have $2,000 of additional leverage or gold buying power. And then you decide to buy $1,000 worth of stock. Obviously, $800 of that would be the gold buying power, or I'll just say leverage, and then the other $200 will be from your cash. I don't want to talk too much about how their margin works, but I really just want to highlight the fact that anything over $1,000 with your gold pricing, you will have to pay 5% annual interest on that amount over $1,000 borrowed cash. Actually, a really good deal. And before we move on, if you are enjoying this free content, make sure to hit that like button. You will make me and the Google algorithm happy. Now, Webull allows you to short, and there are additional fees with shorting. And to understand how much that costs is basically calculate how much your value is of the shares you want to short. So let's say you have 1,000 shares at a market value of $10, which equals $1,000. You would times that by the margin rate for that stock and divide that by 360, because that is the daily interest you are paying. Now, the margin rate is usually shown in a list on a stock, or when you go to enter the trade, you can find that information usually in the details below the order form. I know Interactive Brokers, which we're not really talking about today, they have a shortable list of stocks, which when you are logged in, you can see the amount of shares available to short and usually the price as well. As you can tell, all these exchanges are fairly competitive. They all kind of offer similar deals. It really depends on what your trading style is like, or I guess you can say your investing style. I think that each one of these exchanges brings some value to the table. Robinhood really focuses on simplicity, and I don't think that the gold is really necessary for, I would probably say, 99% of the people, while TD Ameritrade really focuses on the active trader, somebody that is actively managing their account or day trading, such as myself. It's not very common that traders use Robinhood for anything analytical. What was fairly common was the fact that a lot of people, especially day traders with small accounts, would use TD Ameritrade's Thinkorswim platform to analyze the market, watch the level 2, so the price moving up and down, checking where the orders are, and then they would place their orders actually on Robinhood to take advantage of the $0 commission. I think TD Ameritrade caught on to that, and that's a big reason that propelled them to do the $0 commissions, just to maintain the volume on their platform. To me, Webull is somewhere in the middle. They're very simplistic like Robinhood, but then they also out of the box offer a bit more analytics on the company, much nicer charts, and things like that. So you have this kind of weird middle area between Robinhood and TD Ameritrade. What I personally like to do is I use TD Ameritrade for all of my day trading. That way it's a very clear-cut account. I know exactly what I'm doing on that account, and I don't get distracted by my long-term positions. Then I use Robinhood for a lot of my long-term positions. If it's dividend investing or if it's doing some swing trading, it's really focused for that. And Webull I'm going to start using as well. I think I'm going to be using Webull a little bit for my swing trading, not so much my dividend portfolio. That way I can use all three, and really the biggest advantage of using different brokers at this point when they're all so competitive is just the fact of splitting up your investing strategies. Like I said before, by using TD Ameritrade as my day trading account, I know when I log into TD Ameritrade, I'm not about to open a swing trade position. I'm specifically day trading on my TD Ameritrade. Now, of course, maybe TD Ameritrade is for you, is more of your investing or something like that. But I like to really segment what I do. Even with my crypto trading on certain brokers or exchanges, I like to have set up for only day trading and only investing. That way I don't get confused, or I don't see a stock sitting there and I look at it and I'm like, oh man, this is a great time actually to exit the position if it's my long-term position. So I use multiple exchanges, more of a separation of my trading and investing. I think they're all great platforms, and I like all of their pricing structures. I think they're pretty fair, and I will definitely continue using all of their platforms. Let me know which one is your favorite exchange, and let me know what kind of trading you guys do on each one. Are you building a dividend portfolio? Are you day trading? Are you actively managing? Are you swing trading? What are you guys doing on these different exchanges? And if you guys don't have an account at any one of these exchanges, get your free stocks by using the links below. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell icon too if you want to learn more about trading and investing. Have an awesome weekend, everyone. Stay safe and always remember to make some awesome trades. Till next time, ciao, ciao.